Hey guys, how's it going? It's Fizzy here and I'm back with another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video, and this is going to be the beginning of a little series on that channel which is going to be called Map Guide. And just as the name suggests, in this series I'm going to be showing you the different strategies for all the maps in the game. So far it's just going to be the base starter maps, but as we get on to the DLCs, hopefully I'll be able to buy all the DLCs to also show you the strategies for all the other different maps, because I'm certainly sure that there's a lot of secret spots and stuff like that on the DLC maps. I'm not going to be showing you any secret spots here because I don't honestly know them, but it's more about how to start playing the game right from the spot, from the different spawns and the way you can spawn in and stuff like that. So all these tips and tricks going to be loaded in this video, and today, as you can see, we are starting with the most popular map on the game, which is Combine. So without any further ado, let's get right into this guide. So as you can see here, first I'm going to show you how to play from the spawn. So this is where one of the places you can spawn, and as you can see here, what I'm doing straight away is trying to get into that middle right off the bat, basically trying to just jump over the walls as fast as possible, get the edge over my opponents. Here, as you can see, places I'm shooting is where opponents are most likely to come out of. All these different spots you should just be careful for when you're in the middle. You should switch between these views you know, at different times. Also from behind, you'd be very surprised how often enemies can wall run along that spot and go get in behind you while you're just comfortably sitting in the middle thinking there's nobody that can get you, because sure, you're controlling all the map at this point, but there's always that one little person who's always going to get you from behind. So once we do that, that little station in the middle, we move on over here to the side. We just check all these different corners so people can be coming out from, especially just from here, because if you're spawn trapping them at this early stage, they're just going to be spawning back in there again, so they're going to be coming back out at you. So you got to be careful here, got to keep your eyes wide open, and you know, we're just going to scan the place here for any possible enemies. Of course, I'm doing this on an empty map because, you know, it's a lot easier to show you guys how to play. So now we're heading for the tunnel. I'm doing that very quick slide. I'm going to replay that for you guys in slow motion because that is a very important tactic in the game, that little slide there. But moving on from that, we are going to be moving right here into this building, just checking all the corners, and enemies are probably going to be spawning over there at this point. If they're not, you can just go back and repeat the process, but as far as I'm concerned, this is basically what the whole thing is about. Now we're going to loop it all around by coming up here, checking up top if there's anybody across the map, also checking by the rocks, could be someone. We also do that little slide off of the top there, which I'm also going to replay in slow motion, and as you can see, that's basically all that there is to it. Now we just be a little bit careful here. If there's no enemies, we can just make a run for it using that wall run, getting over through this piece of land very quickly, and we can just move in here and start spraying our bullets, once again getting those double or even triple kills, spawn trapping our enemies. We can move into this building now, which this is basically a tactic that I use, and you can switch it up a little bit, but I think if you keep the main principles, you'll be safe to go. Now I don't come up here all that much because it is kind of a vulnerable place, but if you're feeling comfortable, if you're feeling good, you can definitely do it. And right now we're going to jump into the other side of the map. So as you can see, this is the other spawning point that you can start in at the start of any game on Combine, and what I like to start here is totally different than what I started before. At the start we went to the middle on the other map. On this map we're going to go to the left, and we're going to station a little bit here for a while, just checking that wall run spot, because usually here one or two people are going to wall run at the start. You're going to get some easy kills, you're going to be able to just pick off those enemies and prevent them from flanking your whole team. Now what I like to do here, this is actually something I've started doing recently, is tossing a frag over the top there. You get a nice little jump boost, and you can always pick yourself up a kill, sometimes maybe even two. Now, the places I'm shooting, once again, are the places that you should be watching out for when you're in this spot, the places you can get shot from. You know, in general, you should just look everywhere, but these are the main spots where people could be lurking behind shadows and just waiting to hunt you down because they know you're going to be popping out from behind those rocks. Now, what I usually do is move here on the left. I don't bother touching the right side at all. I just move into the left, into the spawn. If there's still enemies spawning, I just try to pick them off as best as I can. Jump up on this platform, you know, get a height advantage and slide off very quickly. Check the corners here, buildings, anything happening in the middle or on the left, and I just move on to this side of the map. If there's enemies, you know, I take this kind of side route and just try and quickly wall run them. Now, of course, there I failed, but you know, you gotta be swift, you gotta be pressing those buttons very quickly, and I make my way all the way over here once again, just to, you know, spawn trap all these enemies that could be popping up here. And in this clip, I'm just showing you basically the corners that you should watch out for in this house. All 4 of them, 1, 2, 3 and 4, just right here. You can definitely die from people sitting in these corners waiting for people to come by into the house. And I'm also later on going to show you the same in the opposite house, because it happens a lot. There's a lot of corners in this map, a lot of tight corners. You got to watch out for those. So that's basically that for the 2 spawns. Now I'm going to show you how you should go about going through this side of the map, which is what I call the left with the engines, even though it's not always the left, it's the right in this case, but I usually call it the left anyways. So as you can see here, we got a little bit of a spot that we can shoot enemies from. Nice little head glitch if there's people camping in that spot. And we slide across here very quickly. That's the key for moving around this part of the map, is to just use those slides to your advantage to get past those open corridors very quickly. And you can just, you know, you've made your way across, you can just shoot all your enemies. And as you can see, I stop here for a while just to chill a little bit, and we're going to do the same thing again. Although before I do that, I'm going to show you the corners that you should watch out for again. Here's another corner right there. I'm stabbing with a knife. We got one here, got another one here. Basically all the corners in this house are places where people can sit and just wait for you, so you should always quickly scan the corners before running in. You know, you should also check outside to the left if there's anybody, and you do that quick little slide. I was about to say swipe, it's a slide. As you make your way here towards the kind of middle bit, you should probably look to the right. There's someone under the bridge. Now we're going to be basically sliding in a straight line right across that edge that I just outlined there with my fire. You check those spots over here, and you most likely want to jump over. You don't want to just pop out, because people will be ready for you. And here you can make a quick kind of escape through that tunnel and just get to your enemies. So that's basically what there is to this map. There's also a little spot here that you should watch out for. Sometimes people sit there because it's a nice spot to sit in, honestly, and get kills. Now I'm showing you guys the top here and nodding my head a little bit to the side, because you should probably try to avoid these spots at all times in the game. There's usually going to be someone across and waiting for you to pick you off, so you should definitely be careful when entering these areas and think twice. And this little grenade toss is just something handy. Just thought of showing you that because it's a nice little trick that couldn't get you 1 or 2 kills instantly, basically by throwing that frag. And just to end things off, I show you this wall run. You should definitely not wall run at all. You know, sometimes I can't resist it because it is fun, but most of the time I try to avoid that place like hell. So that's basically it for this map guide. Make sure to drop a like down below if you enjoyed. Let me know what you think, if you want more of these map guides. If not, then maybe I won't make any more, but if it's useful for you, make sure to comment down below. Also drop a like if you enjoyed. Like I said already, subscribe if you're new, and I'm gonna do a little bit of spinning now, and I'll catch you guys soon for the next video. Take care, bye.